3x squared plus 4x equal 4, and we were solving it by completing the square. Remember that you will have a question that says solve this quadratic equation by completing the square. If you do it another way, it is wrong. No credit, okay? Because I'm mean. You've heard that about me and you signed it for my class anyway. So I have a reputation to uphold. Probably not. I'll try to write it a little bit bigger, but you're going to have to find a closer chair then. Three x squared plus 4x equals squared. Okay. Well, what do we do first? Divide by 3, because we want the coefficient of x squared to be 1. So we get x squared plus 4/3 x equals 4/3. Then what? Well, what was step 2? Move the constant to the right-hand side. It's already done, so we don't have to worry about that. But don't forget that is step 2. Step 3 is where we actually complete the square. What do we do? Coefficient of x right here by 1/2, right? This is just off to the side. Let me do it over here. A little more room. So if I multiply these guys, top times top, bottom times bottom? 4/6, which is what? You could also have canceled, or reduced these, right? Excuse me. What do I do with this guy? I do what with both sides? Square it and then add it to both sides, right? Don't forget to square it. So x squared plus 4/3 x plus. Okay. Do not square it. Leave it just like this, okay? Remember, that's our trick. That's the next step is the magic step. Okay? If you square it, it's not obvious what we're doing here. Okay? So leave it exactly the way it's written here. Then what do we do? What's the magic step? No. Well, x plus 2/3. Be real careful when you say square root, okay? So what we're doing here, what we've done, is we take the two things that are being squared and they go in here, right? We ended up taking half of this and creating the perfect third term so that this is true always. If you do this right, you can always just take the two things that are being squared. Do not write this as 4/9, you can't do it. Take the two things that are being squared and write them down here. That's the magic step. This goes here and this goes here, okay? Let's just take a second. Some of you don't look like you believe me. Okay, if I expand this out, I get x squared plus 2/3 x plus 2/3 x plus 4/9, or 2/3 squared. Do you all agree that this, when I combine like terms, gives me this? Yes. Okay, every time. Okay, so if you leave the new term you created as something squared, you can take that and put it right here, okay? That's your magic step. That's the step most people forget. Don't forget it. So this is 4/3 plus 4/9. Then what? What can I do on this side, right here? I add them by finding a common denominator. So I have, 4/3. I need to add that to 4/9. I need to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by 3. Yes. So we have a common denominator. So I get 12/9 plus 4/9, which is 16/9. Everybody good? Happy? Then what?
You take the square root of both sides.
Take the square root of both sides, and I have to be very careful to make sure I also include positive and negative, okay? So I'm just going to rewrite this step so everybody can see what I've done. So when I take the square root, maybe I guess I'll do it in blue. I'll do it red. Take the square root, it's plus or minus square root like this.
Yeah.
What happens to this side?
The square and the root cancel.
Square root and the squared cancel each other, so I get x plus 2/3 equals plus or minus.
4/3.
Okay. So then x equals negative 2/3 plus or minus 4/3, right?
Yes.
And I can combine those, right? And give you two answers? So x equals negative 2/3 plus 4/3, or, hang on one second, negative 2/3 minus 4/3. Okay, and I heard that this one was,
2/3.
do we agree? 2/3? Over here?
-2.
-6/3, which is -2. Questions? You got it?